Week 2, assignments in math. These will focus on linear relationships and graphing lines. With question 1, we are asked to write an equation to represent the relationship. In question number 1, it says grapes cost $2.39 per pound, which is a rate. Bananas cost 59 cents per pound, which is another rate. And you have, or it's equal to spend $15 on G pounds of grapes and B pounds of bananas. So we're going to use the rate per pound to construct an equation. We have to pay $2.39 for each pound of grapes plus 59 cents for each pound of bananas, and we want to spend a total of $15. When we write this equation, we have written it in standard form. AX plus BY equals C. And there is the format of standard form line. We can also write an equation in slope-intercept form. When we write in slope-intercept form, our equation is in the format of y equal to the slope m times the variable x plus the y-intercept, or the point where it crosses the y-axis in a graph, or the initial value or the beginning amount that we see on an equation, where the equation starts. If we read the question number 2, a savings account has $50 in it at the start, the beginning amount, and of the year, and plus $20 is deposited or added each week, which tells me a unit rate or a slope. After X weeks, there are Y dollars in the account. Using the slope-intercept form, my slope is the unit rate, which is the each week number, which is $20 per week. And the amount that was started with does not go near the variable. It stands on its own. It's a constant. Is what we started with was $50. So therefore, my equation in slope-intercept form for this statement is y equals 20x plus 50. The next question asks us to match a graph of a linear relationship to a situation that most reasonably reflects the content. Well, let's look at our graphs first. Graph A has a positive slope, and its initial point or initial value is 0. The second graph is also positive, but its initial value is greater than 0. So greater than 0. So it's a positive number. The third graph is also a positive slope. It's increasing from left to right. But this one, the initial value, is a number that is less than 0, or a negative number. The last graph is the only one that has a negative slope. Its initial value, however, starts with a positive number or a number greater than 0. The first situation says Y is the weight of a kitten X days after birth. Well, is 0 at birth? Is it more than 0 at birth? Is it less than 0 at birth? And does the weight increase or decrease over time? Well, a kitten is going to be greater than 0 at birth. It doesn't weigh less than nothing. It doesn't weigh nothing at birth. And it's going to continue to increase. So therefore, the graph that would match situation 1 would not be 1 because it starts at 0. It would be not be C because that is less than 0 to begin with. And the last one is negative, which means the weight would be going down. So the one that would give me the would match the kitten and its weight would be graph B. Situation 2 says, y is the distance left to go in a car ride after X hours of driving at a constant rate towards its destination. Well, if I'm driving towards my destination, my distance is going to be increasing or decreasing. Well, if I want to get there, I hope it's going to be decreasing. So this one would have a decreasing slope or a negative slope, and therefore the only one with a negative slope is graph D. That leaves us graphs A and C. Situation 3 is a temperature in degrees Celsius of a gas being warmed in a laboratory experiment. Well, could a gas have a temperature of 0 degrees? Could a gas have a temperature of less than 0 degrees? Yes, that is possible. Well, let's look at the last situation. Y is the amount of calories consumed that you've eaten after eating X crackers. Well, can you start off having not had any calories eaten? Is it possible to have no calories eaten? Is it possible to have negative calories eaten? Well, it's not possible to have negative calories eaten. So this one would have to be equal to 0 at the initial amount. And the gas temperature would have to be the one that was less than 0 or the negative amount. So graph C would match situation 3. Graph A would match situation 4. So I see along the y-axis is my amount in dollars, 0 being here. I have negative, which means I have someone that's in the hole if they're starting here. And if they're starting above 0, that means they have money already in the bank to start with at the beginning of the year. I kind of estimated about where it would be going through about 4.5 weeks every month. So this would get us through about May for these 17 weeks. It says for each line, write a description of what happens to that person's account over the first 17 weeks of the year. If you look at line A starts at $50 and then increases $20 for each week. So it has a slope of $20. So I write that. Line A starts with $50 and increases $20 per week. Line B starts, where is line B? Line B starts at a negative $80. How much does this person increase per week? Up 2 over 1. It's up 20 over 1. So line A also starts with negative $80, but increases by $20 per week. Hold that thought.